Okay, hey guys. So today I am going to patina a dog bowl. Um, I know that a lot of people do like brown or tan as the base color. I wanted to see what black would do. I haven't done this before. I figured I'd film it for my first time since I'm learning. But I wanted to be a little different from everybody else, and that's why I chose to do the black instead of the brown or the tan. This is my personal bowl, so if I mess it up, my dog won't care. I got a 3-pack of the patina paints. It comes with the blue, the gold, and then a green. I got it off of Amazon. It's just a little 3-pack. It's the patina effect paste that you're going to look for. It's kind of expensive, so be prepared. It's like $16 for the 3. And as you can tell, they're not too big, but I'm assuming a little bit goes a long way from the other videos that I've watched. So I'm going to try a couple different techniques with this. I do have a couple brushes, which the other makers had used was brushes, so I did grab a couple brushes. But I also wanted to try some sponges to see if I can get a different effect with them. So we're gonna just go ahead, jump in and see. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with a brush to do the blue. So you just want a little bit on there to start with so you can kind of see like how it's gonna go on there, I guess. From the video that I watched, you just kind of got to work with it to see what you want to do with it. I know that the brown gives you like that golden look to it, but I wanted to try black, so we will see. Oh, that's a lot. So I'm just going to go in and dab a few places since I kind of got a lot on my brush that time. And then I'm going to go over it in with the gold in where I want the gold to show. And I'm just going to keep spinning my bowl as I add it, and you can go in with more or a little. I think it's really just completely up to you and how you want to do it. And I'm kind of going both ways because I want like a rougher look to it. I'm assuming that the black is going to give it a different color option to it, but we will see. Okay, I switched angles so that you guys can see more what I see as I'm adding it. So I'm just going to keep on going and I'm brushing it in until I go around the whole bowl with the blue. And from the videos I watched, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You just kind of brush it on and wing it. From what I watched anyways. You can have a textured look to it or not. I mean, I think it's just completely up to you and what you want to do. This just happens to be what I'm doing. It's really pretty. It's got a nice look to it. I really like the blue color. I think I have to do a couple more bowls with this, so I think I'm going to do the brown next for the customer. I just wanted to try it for myself so that if I messed up, it wasn't too big of a deal because it's my personal dog bowl. It's definitely a paste. It doesn't go on smooth like paint does. So you just keep adding to wherever you want it. It's flinging everywhere as I go, which is whatever. I put a sheet down because I figured it would kind of make a mess. So I put a sheet down to work on. Okay, so I kind of have the blue all around the bowl here. I'm going to come in on the bottom a little bit and where it starts to curve so that it's, make sure that it's everywhere. And come in a little bit more in this area to make my blue a little darker. I know that the epoxy will brighten it up a lot, so it's going to have like this dull look to it, but don't stress out because the epoxy will really brighten it up. Okay, so my blue is on, and this is what I got so far. And you can see the black underneath. I really like the black, but I think for the customer one, I am going to do a tan or a brown. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so next I'm going to go in. I've made a mess here. I'm going to wipe off my hand really quick because the paint kind of went everywhere, went all over my pants and everything. Okay, so now I'm going to take my next brush. It's kind of a softer brush. I'm going to take this softer brush and I'm going to go into the areas where I want to add some gold. So I'm just going to dunk a little bit on there and just kind of whisk it on there in the areas that I want. And it goes over the blue nicely, as you can see. And I don't really have a plan with this, so I'm just kind of winging it here to see how it looks once it's on. I'm going to do like big chunks here, littler chunks there, and see if that really makes a difference. I'm going to cover up a little more of this black with it. But you're literally just painting it on in the different areas just to see whatever you like for it. The black is kind of giving it like a marble effect, which I like. I'm liking the black to it. And then the gold just kind of accents it. So it gives that old rusted look, which I like. It's like old cars and stuff. It has a good look to it. And I'm just gonna fill some in wherever I want here. And I'm gonna leave the blue showing as well. I know a lot of people really like the blue, a lot more the blue showing than the gold. And I think it really is just based on what you like. I think with this one, I think I like more of the gold showing than the blue. I think it's really pretty. So I think I'm going to add on more gold than the blue. And just kind of go here and there with it. So it's just adding on here. I'm just building on to it. And just adding as I go. I'm making sure that I get the rim and where it starts to roll into the bottom of the bowl so that you have a nice fluid look with the whole color. I really like it. It's really pretty. I like the blue. It gives it more of a like a dirty rustic look to it. So I'm digging the black with it. Keep adding on and building. I definitely think that the black is giving it more of like a dirty rustic look. Which I think is pretty. So I'm just going to keep building on to it at this point. And you can always go in, if you end up adding like too much of the gold or whatever, you can go in and add on some more blue if that's what you decide to do, or if you hit somewhere that you think that it'd be better with the blue. So you can always fix it. Because it's a paste, I think they'll cover up each other really good. So I think I have a good little design here. And hopefully this comes out of the brushes. If not, they'll just be those hardened brushes you use. Okay, so I went around the whole bowl here, and I didn't really go with a design. I just kind of ran with it here. But you can still see the black underneath, which I like. I'm really liking the black. Just gives it more of a dirty look. I added more gold than the blue just because I think that is looking gorgeous. It seems pretty easy, honestly. Pretty self-explanatory. I just have never done it, so I figured I would film it to make sure. It's the same with the tumblers if you're doing a tumbler. It's the same idea. You just take and brush it onto the tumbler. A lot of people are using brown paint or like a goldish paint, tan underneath as your base. But I think with the dog bowl, I think it's really pretty with the black underneath. But there's really, there's really no rhyme or reason, but it's really, really pretty. I really, really like this. Definitely going to have to do this on a tumbler. I think I'm going to go in with some of the gold right here in these really dark black spaces and cover that up a little more. And you can layer it, which will give it a more golden look to it. If you layer it, if you just keep going over it, it'll just make it a darker gold or copper, I guess it would be. But it's super pretty. I'm really liking it. I definitely would suggest getting this. Again, it's off Amazon. I would definitely suggest a tumbler for if you're doing like a boots, like a my roots and boots type tumbler. I think it would be good for like a Western vibe. It'd be super, super pretty. So it was pretty easy, pretty fast, as you can tell. You can play with it, work with it, do little different designs with it, which I would suggest is just kind of play with it, enjoy yourself, have fun with the craft that you're working on, whether it's a dog bowl or a tumbler. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to ask me. If you want to see a video, then comment down below and I will make sure that I put it on my list to do. I'm going to get off here. Everybody have a wonderful night and I will post again soon. Bye.